Here we are coming into the park at St. Joseph Peninsula. Let's go do some camping. Well, I got down here to the place where we put the kayak in the water, and it really is a nice place. Got other kayakers out here that are camping in their trailer, about half a mile up. I'll be going 7 miles. In fact, here's my route. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, here's the south end of the peninsula where the parking lot is, where I am now. And I'll be traveling 7 miles up to campsite number 7, which is right up there where the trees end. So I just finished hydrating, and I've got to put my water on board and drag this thing out to the water, get my camera set up, park my truck, and then I'll be on my way. Everything is loaded in the kayak, and I got the truck parked in the appropriate spot. I am all lathered up good with suntan lotion. I got plenty of water on my boat. In fact, I got 4 gallons in the front hole, and in the back hole I've got all my food and those bags that you just add boiling water to. That's the kind of cooking I'm going to do while I'm out here, just boil some water. It is beautiful. I brought my little twig stove. I tried it out this past weekend and it worked real good. But there's a fire ring at this location that I'm going to. It's campsite number 7. I've got about, it's oddly enough, it's 7 miles up there to campsite number 7. So there's no great wind in my face. It'll be to my side as soon as I get out here. Heading up that way, there's certainly no tide going in or out right now that I can feel. So I think traveling is going to go pretty smooth, pretty quick. It might take me 2 hours or so. I don't know. I didn't even look at the time. I'll have to find out after I do my post-processing and make this movie. But I'm going to show you a few sights right now. If I can turn this thing around. Okay, here's the mainland over there. I'll turn this way a little bit to show you some of the park. A long park. I signed up for an annual pass so that me and anyone that's with me can come up here for any length of time. It only charged me $5 to camp per night, which I thought very reasonable. Got my oar tethered in case I fall out of this thing. I won't lose my oar. So I'm bringing lots of stuff with me. You know, the scupper holes that are in the bottom of this boat are designed to let the water out. But right now they're letting the water in because I'm really front heavy with 4 gallons of water in the boat. I can't float very well, so I'm glad there's no roaring sea, no waves to contend with. So it ought to be a pretty pleasant journey out to the tip of the peninsula. So I'm just going to put my head down and shut my mouth and just paddle for a while. I'll talk to you later. Well, I couldn't keep quiet. This water is so crystal clear. I just saw a puffer fish, and he wasn't blowing up. He was probably 6 inches long. When I was scuba diving, I would see a puffer fish in the water, and I'd catch it, kind of squeeze on it just a little bit, and it'd start sucking water into its belly, and it'd blow up like a balloon. And it had porcupine quills on it to dissuade anything that tried to swallow it. They'd throw it back up if they could. But that was beautiful. It's a lot of grass right here, a lot of life inside that grass. I'm looking for some crabs. I know last night on the beach up there in Panama City, there was a guy who had a very big crab. So I know they're here in the water. And that's one of the things I want to do while I'm here. My grandson Carter bought me a net, a hand net. It looked like a crab net. I cut the handle off so that I could use it out here. So we're going to have crab tonight. And I bought 5 nights of camping, so if I can stand it the first night and maybe the second, I might stay the full 5. But if it just gets entirely too hot, which I can't believe how wonderful the weather is right now. It's just really sweet. Well, it's not sweet, but it's not scalding either. I don't know. Paddling a kayak, you usually get about 3 to 4 miles per hour. I'm loaded down pretty heavy. So, I'll sign off, hopefully, for another time in case there's something really startling that I have to share with you. Next time I see one, I'll see about sticking the camera down in the water and let you see what I'm looking at. Well, I had to stop about halfway because I forgot to put me some water in the boat where I'm sitting so I could have a drink of water. And sure is getting hot. Well, not hot, but I'm getting thirsty. And I didn't get my gloves out of my bag, which I just did. So I'm standing over here in shallow water, hoping I can find some crabs. The ranger warned me. He said, I hope you have enough water to take you 7 miles down out the peninsula. Because he realizes how people get in trouble because they don't plan. I've got water purification bags, but you sure can't purify salt water. So when you're out in a place like this, you just have to carry everything, carry all of your water with you. One good thing about it, where I put in back there, there's showers, plenty of water, and restrooms. So if I run out of water, I'll just have to paddle back and get some. All right. I'll show you how pretty this place is over here. I can't turn it off with my gloves on. Well, let's see. Let me take my glove off. I need to cut one of these fingers off. Pretty nice. Well, I've been paddling for about, I guess, close to 3 hours now, and I'm really close to the end of the peninsula. I've stopped a few times. I've been looking at all of the stingray. They're so big and there's so many of them. So we got some storms that look like are heading our way. I'll give you a shot and let you take a look at the storms coming. So I got to get busy paddling because I don't know how quick they're going to be here, but I'd sure like to have camp set up before the rain hits. So let me get back into some deeper water and paddle on down a little bit further. I think I found a post in the ground that indicates the campground. I chose campground number 7. It was the furthest north. It would be the furthest one I had to paddle to, but nonetheless, 7-mile little paddle was good. Saw a lot of animals in the water, a lot of fish. And it's beautiful out here. That water is crystal clear. Obviously the tide would be out, so I had to drag my boat up here. But we got here to campsite number 7. I'll have to unload it. It's so heavy to drag up on the beach. Let's go up and look at our campsite. It's really gorgeous under here. It's really shaded. Got palm trees everywhere. And they're the right distance to put a hammock up in. This will be my view for the next few days. Gee, some storms out there. Go back here and set up camp. solar panel so I can charge up some of my batteries and keep my phone nice and hot so I can do some pictures and some videos. So I'm going to set this up in the sun and start burning some batteries. Well, I'm getting powerful thirsty setting up my camp, so this is one of my gallons. Yeah, it's a gallon. So gotta drink me some fresh water. But I can't drink it up too quick. I gotta boil a little bit for my meals, and I gotta spread this thing out because I don't know how many days I'm going to be down here. Maybe 3 or 4 or 2. Don't know. So it just depends on my water supply and how it holds out. I've got my solar panel. Nice little portable one. It's got grommets on all the corners, and I put a couple of carabiners on here to, if I'm hiking, I can hang it on my backpack or put it on the outside of the tent when I'm tent camping. But I unzip this pouch, open it up, and I have access to 2 USB ports. So I take and put one cable here, and this is a battery backup battery pack. This will charge my iPhone about 4 times to 100%. So I've got another one over here tied to the phone right now, so I don't want to run my phone down too low. But I'm going to go put this in the sunlight and start keeping this thing hot for the day. I zip the battery pack in this pouch right here to keep the sun off of it, so the sun doesn't harm it in any way. So at least it's in the shade, and now the solar panels can do their work. The clothesline that I made is made up of some tough ridgeline, and then I made some pressic knots. Took some carabiners and cut off one side so we can have a hook. And a pressic knot has the properties of it's easy to slide it down the ridge line, but if you pull it one way or the other, it won't give way, but you can easily move it when you need to. So by having a clothesline, I don't have to lay things in the dirt. They can just stay suspended. Now the ridge line that I'm using for my rainfly is also the same material, rope, real tough and tied tight. So the rainfly itself also put a pressing knot to have some good tension on that tarp. And the good thing about having a ridge line under here is when it does rain, I can take things off of my clothesline, undo the hooks, bring the bags over, the clothes over, whatever I have, and just hook them under here, and then they'll stay dry under this tarp. I got me a new camping chair. The ones that I have small poles, and if I was sitting in the sand or really soft dirt, it would just bury up and not long my rear end would be touching the ground. So I saw this one on YouTube and I decided to get it. It's by Trio, and it's by Thermarest. It's a Trio chair. It's really nice. I'll show you how it goes together. hold my big butt, it could hold a lot. Avocado sure tastes good in the wild. The girls in my life make fun of me wearing socks with sandals sometimes. So I know they've shown up in some of my video, and I bet my girls are just petrified. So I'm going to take my shoes off and my socks off and go barefooted out here. Okay, I'm out of my element. That's what life's all about, new experiences. And I'm having one right now. Well, this has certainly been a great day out here. The sun is just gorgeous. It's about 83 degrees. The water is beautiful. There's just nobody out here except me, but it is gorgeous. Found a lot of stingray out there, a lot of conch shells, a lot of fiddler crabs. It's alive with animals and fishes. It's just really a gorgeous place. All that bad weather over there is back at the Legacy Hotel in that direction of Panama, I think. I think it could be further north, but it's such a wide system. It's been there for hours. So I don't know if they're getting rain or not. Somebody left a lot of nice firewood out here. Maybe tomorrow I'll get that and burn it. Good morning. It is the next day. It's beautiful out here. You can see the tide is up. The bay is full of water. Had a good night's rest. Well, this is my second morning out here, and it is a gorgeous day. I am pulling my kayak with me just on the shallow water along the edge and looking for things. I've already found a horseshoe crab, a small one. I've got it up there drying out. I found a sea urchin, and it's up there drying out as well, and a few other shells. So there's a lot in this water. We're going to just take a look, see what else is out there. I found another horseshoe crab. You should be able to see it in the water. Can't imagine what killed it. Well, I'll just put it out in the sun, let him dry out, take him home and spray him with a little bit of varnish. He'll be a beautiful specimen for my collection. I am approaching the tip end of St. Joseph Peninsula. I'm gonna start wading along the beach and wade, I guess it's about 1.5 miles back to my campsite just to see what I can see. I have just reached the northern tip of St. Joseph Peninsula. On the other side is the Gulf of Mexico. Got a sea urchin. I decided to move my hammock and my rainfly. I kept one tree, that one, but I moved it to a tree that's a little bit further apart. That way the rainfly fits better, the hammock fits better. I took my sleeping bag and I'm making an underquilt out of it by tying rope to the corners and cinching it up underneath the hammock itself. That way I won't get cold spots on the bottom at night when the wind is blowing. But this is beautiful. There's a lot of pontoon boats out there today. People enjoying summertime. Looks like the tide's going out. But it is a gorgeous day. Bad weather heading this way, it looks like. Big sail. You can see how low the tide is. Tomorrow morning it'll be up. Well, this is my last night here on the beach at on this peninsula, this state park here in Florida. It's really been a wonderful experience, and I think it's just a great place to come and camp. My camp is set up just back here on a flat. I've got my hammock and my rain fly, and I pull my kayak up each night because, as you can see, the water level right now, the tide has gone out and it's really low, but by morning it'll be up here to where the grass is. So I'll pack up in the morning and head on back to the ranger station, check out, and head on back to the hotel where the girls are. So now I'm ready to go get in the sack. Well, I couldn't quite turn in yet. It's just so pretty out here. I hate for this to end. It's just God's creation, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. This is beautiful. Well, I finally made it in my hammock, and when I called it hitting the sack, it really is. It's a sack. But it's nice and it's comfortable. Got my rain fly, so if it rains through the night, I'll stay dry in here. And I'll show you a view what it looks like outside. It looks like it's too light to go to bed, but I don't even know what time it is. It's about 8:30 or so. Dang, a bee just flew into my tent here. Hold on a minute. Where in the world are you? I gotta find this fly. I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Well, it's morning time. Got up at 5:30 and couldn't see anything, so about 6 o'clock, here we are. Well, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe a little after that, but it's been a great couple of days out here on the beach. It's been very secluded. I mean, you have to paddle 7 miles to even reach this place, but it's really nice. The sand is beautiful and white, and around here no one is picking up seashells, so the place is littered with shells and different things like sea urchins and those little horseshoe crabs I found, different kinds of shells. I saw some stingray in the water yesterday, but I couldn't get them on film quick enough. But I didn't see any crabs. That was kind of disappointing. I was wanting to eat some. But anyway, my boat is packed, kinda, almost, and I'll be leaving here shortly, heading back to the dock. Well, I'm leaving our campsite, as you can see behind me. Getting in the, I'm glad it's high tide. It'd be tough if it was low tide. But I got high tide. I hope it's still coming in, so the waves will take me home. And the wind should be at my back, like it is. This was a real nice place, and I'm surprised that no more people were out here than there were. In fact, there's no one out here. The only people I saw were people in boats right out here in the bay fishing. They'd fish for an hour or two, and they'd leave. So I had the whole bay over here, the peninsula, to myself. which was really nice. I went beachcombing yesterday. I would just pull the boat along and look in the sand, look in the water, see what was in there. And I just saw some really beautiful shells. Oh, I see a fish. They've got some fish out here that are about 30 inches long to 3 feet long. They look like reds, but they're probably not. I didn't see a spot on their tail. But they are after these smaller fish. They patrol the coastline. You can see them coming because the fin is out of the water. And I sat here in the boat close to the shoreline, and I saw one coming, and he was paying attention to the fish until he got right up on my boat and realized I might have been a threat to him, and he splashed me with water and took off. That's a nice sized fish. I don't know what they are. Well, I've got about maybe a 2.5 hour paddle. It took me 2 hours and 45 minutes, I think, to paddle up here. But with the wind at my back, I think I can make it a little bit faster than that. Just saw a deer back there. I think I got some in that last footage that I just made. But as I got close to him, he spooked and ran off. I paddled most of the bay trying to get back. So I got out in the middle, and it was very choppy, about 1.5 foot waves. But I've got the wind on my back, so it's really pushing me good and hard. So I got over here close to the edge, and it's a little calmer, and maybe I can see some more wildlife. Next to an Air Force base. So what you're hearing, that roar, the jets going over. They go overhead quite often. Well, it looks like we have reached our destination. Truck's right over there, so let's go see it.